Hi, I'm Ted Nelson. I was just in the dentist's chair, and under the anesthetic, I remembered something that I hadn't thought of for years, how I saved Charlie Smith's life. I'm going to tell you that story. Everything is true except his real name. I believe he's had a distinguished academic career subsequently, and there's no reason to bring up his youthful problems. So here's what happened. It was the spring, I believe, of 1957. The second half of my junior year, and I was living alone in the squalor of the old Mary Lyons dormitory at Swarthmore. My roommate had flunked out, so I had no roommate. And there was a knock on the door. I was working or something. And here's Charlie Smith standing outside. He says, "Do you have a Band-Aid?" And from his arm, it is pouring blood. Pouring. It was either cut either in the wrist or the hand. He was drunk, and he had smashed an overhead lighting fixture with his fist. But the overhead lighting fixture got even and had severed an artery. And my estimation was that he'd be dead in 10 minutes at that rate, so the Band-Aid was not the solution. So, using all my powers of persuasion, I got him to let me put a tourniquet on his arm. I didn't bother to take off the shirt. I forget what I ripped up to tie. That I remembered from the Boy Scout manual. I was never a Boy Scout, but that one page I remembered. And then I borrowed Tony Poole's car. I don't know where he was, but I had a key, and drove him to Taylor Hospital. So I knew where Taylor Hospital was because I'd had my appendix out the year before. And so I was concentrating on three things. One, Charlie's survival. Two, keeping Charlie in the right sort of mood so he wouldn't make trouble. Three, finding the hospital. Priority 4 would have been to notice that the emergency brake was on. I didn't notice that, so I burned out Tony's emergency brake. But I got Charlie to the hospital, and we waited, I believe, for 2 hours because some family had gotten their car into a swamp upside down, and their survival was the preeminent issue, and Charlie wasn't visibly bleeding. So it was about 2 hours before a doctor got to him. The doctor came out enraged. He said, "Why didn't you change the tourniquet?" I said, "Well, I'm sorry I didn't get to that page of the Boy Scout manual, but he's alive, right?" And then, only then did I call his wife, Debbie, and I said, and diplomatically I said, "Debbie, the first thing I want you to know is Charlie's going to be all right." And I don't remember what happened after that. I didn't pay. I presume the college paid for the emergency room. But that's the story, and what you got to do when you have only a few minutes to do it. I'm proud I did it, and he's had a distinguished career, and congratulations.